What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Showtime is Blaze Gang with King's Critiques, and we're here for, well, simply put, Watanare, but also, there's no freaking way I'll be your lover, unless, and matter of factly, it's her arc starting in this episode from what I've seen, so, anyway, in the last episode we finally had the gaming showdown between Renako, Mai, and Satsuki. And well, things did kind of come out in the wash about the whole Mai and Satsuki fighting thing. Unfortunately, they still both have their own directives with Renako, but at least for now, nobody's arguing about anything and it's all Gucci. So, that reminder up, let's get into the Ajisai arc starting now. Second caveat, as usual, would be if you're interested in the show, anything I have to say, or whatever it might be that's in your head, please don't forget to drop a comment, because that is always highly encouraged and appreciated, as is leaving the video to run through. Let me get the watch time, hit the like button, subscribe, because all of that is good for the algorithm, good for my soul, and absolutely free. That being said, let's get into things, shall we? So are we, like, clipping into midway into the story that they're currently telling? My guess is yes. Friends. Yeah, that's where it'll stop. At? Friends, right? Listen, nothing is wrong with polyamory as long as it's kind of like this. Because I'll be honest, like, if it's one guy and a bunch of girls that's in a polyamorous relationship, and sure, the girls might mess around, but it's mostly the guy, that's not polyamory. That's a cult. And, like, no hate if it's genuine love. But listen, if it's one guy trying to breed a bunch of different women, that's just a cult. This is sweet, innocent, pure, and just amazing. And how we got where we are. Oh, and she also apparently got invited to hang out with Mai at work. Okay, but, like, those heavy steps that she is probably only hearing as heavy as they are. Well, yeah, the star models on the runway is going right up to her. Even if you two are a couple, still shocking to her. Lies! You admitted you did at the pool. Don't even. She really is, isn't she? Like, that comment could not have been any more of a try-hard. And behind the wall so she can steal a smooch. Yep, behind the wall so she can steal a smooch. It's not centered enough for a good thumbnail, but Renako's trying so hard not to give in to the gay. It's actually kind of funny, though. Like, she was about to do the whole, arm loop around, but she stopped halfway, like, no, I can't give in to the gay. Can't give in to the gay. I can't get her lips. So, yeah, it is basically, this is how we got here thing that's happening right now compared to where we were. And, well, we already saw what happened with that by the end of things, so. Huh. What? The sister has her own group of friends? I thought that the sister was just, like, nosy for the sake of being nosy. And obviously she'd have her own group of friends, but, like, also the friends' opinions are pretty spot on, at least. Extroverts. That one on the right gives me Kaho-style vibes. BFFs. Her sister knows, she's just trying to cover for her. Yeah, no, you were just, like, at a fashion show for the sake of your girlfriend, then you can get ambushed by your sister's friends. That is too much for an introvert. Again, bitch still doesn't think highly of herself, which is crazy. Like, and I'm really trying not to do the whole negativity thing all of the time like I, usually do. But I will say there's a difference between somebody who has zero friends, is unattractive, uninteresting, and a complete fucking spazoid, thinking that of themselves as one thing, compared to somebody who is hot, has two girlfriends, two other friends, one of which is definitely into her in that way as well, and a whole horde of other people in that school who have acknowledged her and treated her like a friend. Differences. Useful, useless. And that's just not even counting me in my adult age, by the way. That's me counting as, like, the latter of my teenager years as well. I've been useless for 16 years, but that's why I try to at least prove some use here, given my lessons. Okay, that is a good look for her, though. So that is a pretty accurate assessment. Unusually cute, she says. Hey, listen, that's the kind of talk that someone does when they're flirting. Maybe not, maybe it's just a friend thing, but also, how would I know? I'm not female. I've never had female friends, so like maybe that is just a thing they overly compliment each other about sometimes. But also, Ajisai is totally into Renako, and she is completely aware of that based on what happened in the other episodes. So that's a loaded compliment. No, if anything was going to show Ajisai that she's a spazoid, that would be the kind of thing. What are you getting distracted with, Renako? Like, where is she looking that she's getting all spacey-eyed? Because there's two things... Poor choice of words. Two things she could be looking at right now, and, like, my poor choice of words is only one of those things, ironically enough. And the other thing makes her a little bit of a weirdo, but high-key what I've seen from the internet is, when it comes to things like that, women might be a little bit more freaky than men sometimes. No judgment, mind you. Though, also, I do completely judge you when I'm watching Dan to Dan or something, and I say, hey, look, feet. Because there's a definite... Like, those people I might judge a little bit. The armpit people I might judge, too. Weirdly, I might judge that a little less than the feet. So she was legitimately looking at her arm. Okay, that's a whole new level of degeneracy. Valid. Like, again, that's why I do what I do. Because if I had to do any other kind of thing, good lord, throw me in a back room where I don't have to deal with people, because... Yeah, it can't be around boys, because she ain't into them that way. Matter of fact, they overwhelm her. Women, on the other hand, but she's totally not into girls. Okay, after that last thing, by the way, if someone calls me creepy, that I won't blame on, because, like, the whole concept of winking, unless you're a 10 out of 10, and even then it's a little weird, is weird. Also, basically, Ajisai just confirmed in the fact that we were already aware of. Just imagining her in different outfits. Totally a normal thing people do with their friends, by the way, like I mentioned on Bad Girl. A brother randomly spawned out of nowhere, and the other brother showed up. Well, yeah, that's kind of how children think. Okay, I can't really say that, actually, considering what the other children did to her before with Mai. That's what some children think. Especially to boys. Like, the boys and the girls are definitely different. Like, the girls, I don't know, I think those children had something awakened within them, and then they got all gung-ho about the Mai thing. These guys, into video games right now, and, well, in a few years they might have an unhealthy obsession with women that... Hey, yo? What do you mean by that, Ajisai? Is that why she was tired on the train? Yeah, that's... Totally don't think of what happened that time that you and Mai were together and awkward shit started. To which, again, W on the, people producing the anime for not making that take as a lengthy, dramatic thing as it could have. Because, yes, on the one point, Mai should have kept her cool a little better. And when she heard the door opening, backed up. But awkward shit wouldn't have happened if she was smart with that. But also, I will still defend Mai on the end that Renako was totally into the idea until they got discovered. But that was like 5 episodes ago, so... Hey, yo. No, that does sound like the type of thing you tell parents or siblings that you're going to go do things. Stuff, too. Whose stuff? Well, I guess that depends on which one of them... Honestly, I'd make a call on this, but I don't think I could. Like, I think this is one of those polyamorous things where all of them are bottoms, so it, like, is, confusing. Unless, like, some of them have a spark of, I'm gonna do the thing, like Mai and Satsuki have, but... Damn! She's being more... I wonder if she's more into the game because she's trying to be nice to the brothers, or if she's more into the game because she's just a... There's many words I could use, but I don't think any of them are correct to what I'm actually trying to refer to, so... Nope, she is internally panicking. I think her brothers are actually starting to get to her. She might go bad big sister in a second here. Oh, she's actually getting it. There's the author Arthur fist right there. Nope, she couldn't keep it within. Renako's face during the whole thing, though. Like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. Might be a little intimidated by scary Ajisai. Okay, that almost sounded like she was speaking English with how, like, thick she laid that thought process on. Ah, good way to cover up the anger. Be cute. Probably gonna numb down the fear that Renako just sensed in her soul. It calmed the fear within Renako's soul. The actual truth. Okay, maybe that's it. Maybe it's just like an introverted thing where we want to use like a lot in between sentences to try and continue to elaborate on a thought process. Because I just said that when I was recording the other show earlier, that I use like too much to break off when I'm trying to consider what I'm thinking about. Which, fucked up enough, is kind of the thing that the person who I watched one of the videos that's like how to record, anime and voiceovers and like commentary about things is to nerf out all the times you say like or 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 that kind of thing. I don't always do that, mind you, but I also need to like get better about, between the moments where I say like and closing my mouth and then continuing to speak after a couple moments to where I know I'm going to be able to edit out the fuck-ups. I do need to get better about that, honestly. I mean, you guys could also let me know if I'm, like, getting too much in my head about that aspect of things, but she did, and then her brothers ruined it, and your mood kind of took an awkward place trying to calm her down. Yes, very much so. And that's why she wanted to go to her room with Renako. Wait a minute. Hold on. I think she's, like Renako said, other way around. What do you mean? Probably to, like, reschedule after today got a little, awkward. I think that might be a little excessive for your brothers being annoying as all hell. She's taking it so casually, but then she's gonna realize, wait, hold on. There it is. So, is this gonna come down to the same kind of thing as, the Satsuki incident? To where she, like, ran away and stayed at Mai's for a couple days until her mother showed up? Is she gonna run away and show up at Renako's and stay a couple days until her brothers show up to apologize or something? I don't think telling her that would have mattered to her. Like, people like that just need a break, and God knows I don't. True. I don't know about that eating alive thing. Matter of fact, had that just, like, been what happened earlier in the day, she probably wouldn't be so, like, moody right now. I mean, what? Who said that? Giaru. Oh, Ajisai. It kind of works, actually. My third girl. At least she's accepting the fact that Ajisai is into girls with no qualm or question. Also, funny how she visualized third girlfriend, because that's basically what Ajisai is to her. So it's probably that moment that Ajisai actually fell for her, not even when she joined the friend group. That just confirmed it further. But the offer to share an umbrella was probably that first moment. Like, again, even before she joined the friend group, she was trying to be Renako's friend. Crazy, again, how she continues to say and be surprised that they're her friends. Like, I wish I had the kind of blissful ignorance that Renako did, really. Like, just the joy to have not only friends, but girlfriends, and also be too ignorant to admit that they're either. Ignore what happened like 5 minutes after this exact moment, by the way. She is completely and willingly doing that. Yeah, sure, that's a good excuse. I'm gonna let that one slide. Like, that could have very easily been a typo. The 4 is within 2 spaces of the S. That very easily could have been hit from somebody typing fast or something. I almost thought she was going to kiss her just outright, honestly. Did you? See, that's where you're wrong. You joining her was exactly what she wanted. Maybe even what she was hoping for and why she told you last night. Okay, but while that's not something she would ever do, why is that look kind of a look? This is also why I'll say this is why it's dangerous to, like, be the type of brain that I am. be single for so long, but also not be the type of person that loves yourself, so you just kind of like fall into anything that looks good. Dangerous, but hey, that's just what happens. I mean, think about it. You know exactly how to make her happy. There's just a very simple thing you gotta do that might like make her happy to have spent this date with you. Again, though, matter of fact, like she might have just told Renako that she's leaving to have her spend a whole day with her. I'm not saying Ajisai is some kind of weirdo who might like try some shit like that just to try and force people's hands, but also when you're desperate, you try to like do different shit when you can. Y'all have probably seen it a dozen times before, but when it comes to a cap, I'm fucking inept as hell. I think Renako's losing her fucking mind. Of course she's asking Satsuki first. Which, funny she's asking Satsuki instead of Mai in this situation, considering... I don't know how helpful Satsuki would be in this situation. That was not a good way to start that conversation. Or, well, sentence. Oh, sure, now you're willing to bring it up. Hey, listen, the ADHD can do that. She just sent her fucking document folders about to... If she opens these and reads some crazy shit, though. For one, again, Renako really needs to just accept they're all her friends and stop being a fucking... dumbass. Infatuated? I don't... Well, okay, maybe a little. Maybe Ajisai is actually the only one she's probably willing to admit she actually does love as easily compared to the other two, but she has already done a lot with the other two, so... Hey, maybe take her to a hotel, have a nice bath with her like you did the other two, maybe you'll feel closer. Yeah, she kind of did that with her brothers already, but friends are willing to accept friends for who they are, which is probably kind of why I feel like my friends were more using me than anything for like a bunch of years, because as soon as I had an ugly sideshow more than ever, gone. What do you mean like us? What did I say? What even is that emoji? Like, it looks like it's drooling. Like, is it referring to the like kissing comment as having a nasty side? Because, listen, I don't know if that's considered nasty in general. Maybe like certain people, because like there are certain people who like just are, well, pretty bluntly put, homo haters. Like that falls into the lesbianism thing too. Because like I can't really use the word phobia because I know that's like what they do call it. But that seems so stupid to me. I'll go into that rant another time, but like, yeah, it's not like they're afraid of gay people. Are you sure? Are you sure? Well, that might be true, but even the things that you dislike, you could learn to like. Also, for the record, pretty sure Mai loves everything about Renako, so you can't necessarily be right on that last statement. So, about what I said about them sharing a bath together, seems like she had that idea too. Okay, again, why even have that consideration? Because, like, y'all could always go back home after the hot spring thing. Like, maybe she knows what you've already done with the other two and wants to make it even, and that's why you're going to a hot spring. Because, like, maybe at least she's already aware about the hotel baths. Like, maybe she doesn't know about all the smooching. That, again, based on what happened in the other episode, maybe she does. But, like, honestly, I will say, I wonder how much everyone knows about everything going on between each other otherwise. Because Mai mentioned it to Satsuki when she had her emotional breakdown. But did she already, like, tell Ajisai and Kaho about it? Probably not Kaho. And even if Kaho did know, she probably wasn't even listening because, well, she showed up at the hotel when Mai and Renako made up. So either she knows and doesn't care or knows but wasn't paying attention. Ajisai, on the other hand, I kind of feel like she has some inkling of an idea about it in some way, shape, or form. And that statement is probably the one thing she actually was trying to do intentionally. Like, I really feel like the whole situation might have actually been a ploy by Ajisai. And maybe that is the nasty side Satsuki was mentioning. Is like her doing some devious stuff to get her way. Actually, Heike, what if one of them has a Yandere personality to them? And what if that one is Ajisai? Doesn't seem unlikely. What did I just say? Maybe she's admitting it. She tried. It didn't. Like, that's why you take the ball and run with it when you get given answers like that. Yeah, no, if she could hear the conversation, that would totally be Satsuki's attitude. The stomach grumbles of awkwardness. Also, they have bigger metaphoric balls than I do literal ones. I would not try to eat ramen in a white shirt. Like, when I go cook food later, this is coming off. I do not trust myself to cook or eat with white on. Okay, listen, you're asking some... I wonder if Satsuki did that on purpose to ask loaded questions that might get some very... Well, again, the word is gay results. You know, where do you want to go? You know, sharing about some vacation dream, maybe with Renako. Dreams on the future, being friends with you for as long as possible. Based, for one. Though, okay, not based fully, because I guess that's kind of like, yeah, a thing a lot of people might want to do. But then we usually just regulate to playing, like, a couple of different games and making what we like off that. Because, like, you know, the gaming channel, I play a small handful of games. I used to play a lot more games, but now I only play a small handful on a recurring basis. Maybe I should go back to more of a variety, at least on stream, but regardless, did you know that you could subscribe to the gaming channel and it would help me out immensely? Because I've been working out for 16 years and I still have not budged very far, and it would be incredibly helpful, Smile. Listen, Renako, if your dream is to marry, you know, all of your friends, then pretty sure that's going to happen eventually for you. Okay, that is an ambitious dream, is to want to become a real lady, be cool and proud. To which I feel like that much she already is, kind of. But also a dream about her future self, I feel no shame in saying. She pulls that off really well. Hey, listen, sweetheart, that only equates to people like me. Like, you did your best, you just wanted to break from your brothers, which is understandable. And honestly, high-key, maybe at this point even her brothers are, like, freaking out and trying to look for their sister. I've seen plenty of times in anime where shit like this goes down that very much could be a thing. But again, you can't be useless when you're, like, looked up to by at least 3 people. Incredibly attractive. Many hopes for the future. Probably very smart. That's just 4 things I can mention off the top of my head about, you know, seeing her from the show perspective. Yeah, sure, she might have some things she's an asshole about, but, like, useless? That's, like, the furthest thing from any of these characters. Like, there are plenty of useless characters I've seen in anime, and I'm not even talking about, you know, your, like, widely accepted hatred towards Sakura or something. I'm talking about, like, fucking characters like Takapi or something. Completely useless until the very last moment. And even then, not really useful, just, like, luck sacked how that worked. Like, understandable feeling how that goes. You feel worthless, so you praise people. Literally, isn't that actually what I just did with Ajisai? Huh. Sometimes these things actually make me take a reflection on myself. But again, unlike in these cases, I truly am useless. Like, I try to provide good and helpful life lessons to people, and, well, my videos don't get seen as much as they could. Though maybe one of these times, well, not one of these times, but maybe at some point I should, when I actually do properly go to reorganize everything, maybe I should just, like, clip out only the important life lessons I give people and maybe make, I don't know, a compilation of all of that per anime season or something. Actually, not a bad idea for content. Try to keep that in mind. Please cuss me out. What? No. Oh, you want to hear the bad things she thinks about you? Well, I don't feel like that's proper to do in public. Just gonna shift plans a little bit. I feel like saying those words given the situation is not helping whatever's dwelling in Ajisai's mind. Pause. Thumbnail. Like, I can get a good thumbnail out of this. The look of defeat on both of them. Rip Renako's plan, or change of plans. Now, while that looks like a very sad and defeated, look on Ajisai's face, you also gotta notice the blush going on to the fact that they're hand in hand, and many thoughts probably swelling in her head right now of, is this the day I finally get to kiss her? Is this the day I finally get to kiss her? Is this the day I finally get to kiss her? Yeah, I wonder why. Probably not from the heat rising in her cheeks and flowing throughout the rest of her body. Oh, right. Don't forget the, again, we're gonna be lesbians thing. Truly, though, such a good show. Like I mentioned it earlier when I was watching Bad Girl, that's gonna be uploaded before this, that I hope they do commit by some point of the end of the season, similar to, what we've seen in this show. But I feel like Monday, if this keeps up in the way that I want it to, it probably won't, because the anime seasons unfortunately aren't nice to me like that half the time. It'd be really great to start off the week properly with just that warm, refreshing feeling of, Yuri entering the soul, because it's, regardless on if it's like a full thing like this show, or even just a little taste like the other shows, it's just good for the soul. It is. Like, you watch most rom-coms or most, harem anime, and it's all, oh, hey, either you got two characters who are in love with each other, but too fucking stupid to admit it, and maybe they'll get together by the end of a season or 5. Or the other harem route where it's like, hey, here's a dude, here's busty chick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then a small child as a daughter, hopefully. Like, that's why I won't watch most of the Sekais nowadays, because that second thing is basically what all of them are, and it's just so frustrating. Like, honestly, I'm even willing to check out that vending machine one, because at least, like, while it's weird and insane, at least it's not that. Matter of fact, for all I know, maybe it's like the sword one, where the vending machine's more like, I don't know, a sister parental figure something. I don't know. But that'll be something I watch in my own time, because it's already long past second season even. Actually, isn't it second season going right now, but almost to the end? Yeah, maybe at some time I'll check that out just for shits and giggles, because that's not the kind of thing I'd want to record. Like, maybe I'd give my opinions on it after the fact, but yeah. Anywho, let me know your opinions about the episode and what could happen in the next one in the comment section, because it's always, appreciated to hear your thought processes on things. And honestly, I think in the next episode we'll probably get to see those two finally enacting their smooch that Ajisai has probably been wanting since the beginning. Mostly because if this is her arc, it'll probably continue on till up to, I'm guessing maybe even episode 11, unless she gets 2 episodes and Kaho gets 2 episodes, and then they're all like one big happy quintal. Is that what you call it? I mean, it is a harem, but I guess a quintal also might work, because, like, Mai loves Renako, Satsuki loves Mai, and also kind of Renako. Ajisai loves Renako, and Kaho is also into Mai, but also probably could be into Renako. It's weird how to consider it, but like I said, you can let me know your thoughts on all that stuff in the comment section, because it's highly encouraged and appreciated to see people say things. And hey, if you have any tips on how I could improve how I do things, that I can actually help, because, again, I have very low opinions about myself, including my voice, and regretfully my voice is not a thing I could change very easily unless there's some sort of surgery attached to something messed up in my body that might help that. I don't think there is, though, regretfully. But that being said, also let me know about any other shows, movies, etc. I should check out this season, next season, or in general. You might want to see me do some sort of content about. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the gaming channel in the description, ring both bells, like Facebook, follow Twitter, and Blue Sky, keep updated with things, TikTok, Patreon, get the full unedited visual and all the stuff I upload over here. Eventually, hopefully today, Patreon let me start uploading shit again, but I highly doubt it, because they don't know how storage space works. Go follow Twitch, subscribe for benefits, can do so Twitch Prime for free. That helps me out immensely for the temporary. That's for the long term. Check out the playlist here. Let room throw up conversations with stuff within whatever. Check out the video recommended to you by YouTube here, or if you're watching the smaller version, the bigger version, to see what you missed. Until next time, Ben the Blazer King with King's Critique. Out, ta for now. Peace.